Something that's really interesting when you start reading the Bible is that it talks a lot about generational blessing. Basically, when God says he will bless someone, it means that you are now in God's favor. So you're in his presence, and his life is just now flowing through someone in a way that produces good fruit. And it's usually bigger than God just blessing you as a singular person, because what God will do is he will bless you through a family line or through the people that are connected to you. That's the promise that God made to Abraham. And it's really interesting because we've been learning about him in my Bible studies. But basically in Genesis, God says to Abraham that he's going to bless him and that it's going to spread through him and eventually reach families all over the world. So Abraham will become a source of blessing for other people. It's not a generational blessing that's automatic or mechanical, though, because we still have free will, right? So God's favor, his influence over you, and his invitation to follow him is completely dependent on you accepting it, but it's also always going to be present. And it's usually spiritual at first, because sometimes it is when you just start knowing and understanding God a lot more deeper than before. Sometimes you just gain wisdom, or you get to experience his protection, or even, you just end up discovering your purpose. Sometimes the blessing is just that God used your life so that you can start a completely new story for your family. It's just this long arc of God working through a life and through people that are connected to that life. And it just spreads through generations. And what's really beautiful is that his promises and his blessings, they aren't limited either. The ones who belong to Christ are already included in God's blessing. And so when you live inside the word of what God had already said, you will then start to uncover all of the things that God had in store for you, that he had planned for you. And it's so much bigger than you can even imagine.